The US dollar, long considered a pillar of global finance, is on shaky ground. Its potential collapse is not a question of if, but when. This impending crisis has the power to send shockwaves across the world, impacting economies and individuals alike. Imagine a world where your savings are decimated, your purchasing power plummets, and financial chaos reigns. This is the stark reality we face if the dollar collapses. The consequences of such an event are too dire to ignore. Hyperinflation, a nightmare scenario of rapidly rising prices, could become our new normal. The value of our assets could erode before our very eyes, leaving us struggling to afford even basic necessities. This is not a time for complacency. It's a time for action. We must understand the gravity of the situation and take steps to protect ourselves. The time for procrastination is over. The future of our financial well-being hangs in the balance. History is a harsh teacher, and it offers stark warnings about the dangers of currency collapses. Zimbabwe, Venezuela, and Weimar Germany stand as cautionary tales of economic turmoil fueled by hyperinflation. These nations experienced firsthand the devastating consequences of unchecked money printing and economic mismanagement. In Zimbabwe, hyperinflation spiraled out of control, rendering the Zimbabwean dollar practically worthless. People were forced to carry bags of cash just to buy basic goods, and the economy was crippled. Venezuela, once a prosperous nation, has been ravaged by hyperinflation, leaving its citizens struggling to survive. Weimar Germany, in the aftermath of World War I, faced a similar fate. Hyperinflation crippled the economy, wiping out savings and plunging the nation into chaos. These historical examples serve as a stark reminder of the very real dangers of hyperinflation. We must heed these warnings and recognize the parallels between these past collapses and the current trajectory of the US dollar. Ignoring these echoes of history would be a grave mistake. The US dollar has long enjoyed its status as the world's reserve currency, but its dominance is waning. Years of reckless spending, quantitative easing, and growing national debt have eroded trust in the dollar. Foreign governments and investors are increasingly looking for alternatives, diversifying their holdings and reducing their exposure to the dollar. This shift away from the dollar is a clear sign of its diminishing power. As demand for the dollar decreases, its value will continue to decline, exacerbating the risk of a full-blown collapse. The cracks in the foundation of the dollar's dominance are becoming more and more apparent. The writing is on the wall. The era of the US dollar as the undisputed king of currencies is coming to an end. We must prepare for a future where the dollar is no longer the dominant force it once was. The collapse of the US dollar would be a global event, with far-reaching consequences for economies and individuals worldwide. Countries that hold large reserves of US dollars would see their wealth evaporate, leading to economic instability and potential crises. Global trade, heavily reliant on the dollar, would be thrown into disarray, disrupting supply chains and impacting businesses of all sizes. The ripple effects would be felt by everyone, from multinational corporations to everyday consumers. Prices of imported goods would skyrocket, eroding purchasing power and fueling inflation. The global financial system, intertwined with the US dollar, would face unprecedented challenges. The collapse of the dollar would not be a localized event. It would be a global economic earthquake, reshaping the financial landscape as we know it. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that no one would be immune to the fallout.